me make this clear. Let me make this clear. And I'm sure many of you are getting me wrong, or they are getting this twisted. This concept and thought I'm sharing with you doesn't mean that you should go and indulge in sex. I'm back again, and thanks for watching always. In my recent video, will be up here, I said, is sex a sin? I got amazing responses and I posted it on it. And just in some few days past, I posted again that sex is not a sin on my WhatsApp status. I got some lovely responses. I'll put it here, so just watch it. Sex, S-E-X, is not a sin. Sex is usually referred in two folds. The first fold can be the gender, which is the male gender and the female gender. It's not a sin. And the second category is sex, which is sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse. Here's what I mean. Sex, which is the sexual intercourse, is not a sin. I repeat, sex, which is what we all know, penetration, is not a sin. It is not a sin. Here is why I believe that sex is not a sin. Sex itself is not a sin. If you read the Bible, you realize that sex is spoken more in the Bible, probably than it is in the physical, probably than many people know it for. God, you probably may not believe in him, but God ordained sex. He planted sex. He implemented sex. He made sex an activity that should be enjoyable. That should be a thing that once you do it, you feel happy about, you sort of feel fulfilled about. Sex is actually an awesome activity. It's a very beautiful activity that must be enjoyable. How can something that has been made that must be enjoyable be a sin? How can something that is made to be lovely, that makes people fulfilled and happy, be a sin? It's a question. But I repeat again, sex is not a sin. Now hear this. Marriage, and the amazing thing is this: the moment I was saying sex is not a sin, is sex a sin, sex is a taboo to talk about in an African setting, the moment I started talking about it, some of the responses were, I mean, once you are married, then if you're having sex, you are sinning. Here's the point I want to make clear to you. Marriage or sex is not manifested in marriage. I repeat, sex is not manifested in marriage. Here's what I mean again. In essence, marriage is actually not the proof that we should have sex. Marriage is not the proof that we should have sex. Here's why I'm saying that. Sex is first of all what human beings are, what creatures are. Creatures are first of all sexual. Creatures are first of all, they are sex because it's built into them from creation. It is within them that they are to have sex. They have to have sex. So sex is first of all in creatures. Sex is first of all in man. When I was thinking about this example came to mind, and I don't mean to compare human beings with animals, but if sex is manifested in marriage, then I'll ask this question: are animals given to marriage? If animals are not given to marriage, then animals must be sinning. If sex is a sin, then married people must be sinning if sex is a sin. Have you thought about that? Animals are not given to marry, but they go about having sex left, right, center. It is something that is in every human being that we can't do away without. We can't snub it. We can't just put it aside and make us think that the thing is a sin. So once it is what it is, then just last night I was having a conversation with a friend about this same subject. Sex is not a sin. And this is what she said. She said she believed that she knew that sex was a sin from growing up. But later she came to realize that sex is not a sin. And then she said this, that there are many people today who are saying sex is a sin. They believe it, they claim sex is a sin. But these same people who are claiming and believing sex is a sin, they go about having sex, being indulged in the activity, and later they come back praying, oh God, forgive me, God, I didn't think this, God, the devil did this, God. Why are you trying to be sanctimonious? Why are you trying to please who? If you have done a thing and you feel within you that you have sinned, or you feel within you that you didn't do right, just ask for forgiveness and move on and forgive yourself. But you go and indulge in the activity, and you're the same person when the subject is raised, you make it look like it's a taboo, you make it look like it's a crime or a sin to talk about the subject. All that I said, sex is not a sin. Sex is not manifested in marriage. Sex is first of all manifested in human beings before they marry. If sex is a sin, then animals, are they given to marry? I'm not comparing human beings to animals, but it's just an example to look at, to think about. Sex is not a sin. That's just a subject for today. In the continuous videos, I will talk about sex before marriage and sex after marriage. But let me make this clear. And I'm sure many of you are getting me wrong, or they are getting this twisted. This concept and thought I'm sharing with you doesn't mean that you should go and indulge in sex. I repeat, what I am saying doesn't mean you should go and indulge in it, because sex is a covenant. It has a seal to it, and once it is propounded, there's a law that is governing it. And once you violate the law, it comes with its own consequences. Are you ready to bear those consequences? If you are not, or you are, then you can violate it. But if you don't know what will happen to you, or if you know what will happen to you, then don't violate the law. Because sex was made for man, but there's a law governing it. Once you violate it, the consequences, I'm not sure you'll be able to bear. So my next video, I'll talk about the consequences in violating the law of sex. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.